The last couple of months, I have waited till the very last bit of the month to work on my power sheets because there were things that hadn't happened yet. And I wanted to not set my goals for the next month until the thing had happened. But this month, the things happened early and we're not going to be getting closure on them until next month anyway. So I figured I might as well get started early. Hi, everybody. Today, I will be taking you through my goal setting in my Cultivate What Matters power sheets for the month of June 2021, as well as wrapping up May. Although it's mid-May right now, and like I said in the intro, I'm not quite done yet. But as you're going to see, I don't know how much more progress I'm going to make on my May tending list for the rest of the month because, to be honest, stuff's changed. If you watch last week's update video, which I will leave linked up above, it'll give you a really good idea of kind of what has happened in the beginning of May as we have made our trip to Denver, as we went into contract on the Napa house, and into contract on our dream house in Colorado. So we're very excited about all of those things. The big change, however, is that we have been planning this whole time for a moving date of sometime in mid-June, and that has been shifted to mid-July, including a period of about 12 or 13 days where we're not going to have anywhere to live, so we're going to probably be in an extended stay hotel. Don't worry, my kids will be with their dad, but my cats will be with us. So that should be interesting. Because of the shift of the move, there are things on the power sheets for May that are really not something I want to be doing in May because they're things that I want to do closer to the move. And there are other things that are happening that aren't on there at all. It's kind of like, do I even give a shit, basically? We're going to take a look though, and I will sort of talk about that, but just know that A, my tending list at the end of May is going to look pretty janky. B, some of our goals that we had for Q2, which we thought would get wrapped up in June, are not going to get wrapped up until July and into August. So we're going to be flying by the seat of our pants there, and I still have to decide how I'm going to reassess my goals for the next quarterly refresh. And finally, I don't think there is a finally. I don't even know if I figured this out right. You guys, I thought I prepared for this video and now I'm sitting here and I'm just like, ugh. With all that being said, let's take a look at my power sheets. So my priority, which was not a goal for my power sheets because I couldn't control it. My tending list words were que sera, sera, whatever will be, because I recognize that no matter what I do, I can't control the outcome of going into contract in either house because it's not just dependent on the work that I do or the work that my husband and I do. But that was my priority, was to go into contract on a house in Colorado, which also required us to go into contract on this house. Both of those things happened by Mother's Day. We signed the contract on Mother's Day for our Denver house. My monthly action items, some of them are done. Planning my live stream replacements. I actually decided I'm just not going to replace them. I just won't do anything on Sundays, or I might show up with a couple of live streams on some Sundays because of the extra length of time that we're going to be in the hotel. Depends on how the Wi-Fi is, but I'm not going to try and plan for extra videos for those days because it's just going to be too much. I don't think I would be able to do it, so I would rather not promise and maybe deliver more than I didn't promise, rather than promise something and not do it. My video idea list got updated and our Denver house hunting trip, which was the priority, got done, and it was successful on all fronts, not just the house hunting front. You can check out the update video to find out more about that. Finishing packing the house, I marked a little bit of that off, oh hi Mark, but honestly, we're not gonna wrap that up until the end of June when the movers are about to get here, so that's not something I intend to finish this month. Same with collecting the vet records, the medical records, and all of that, the address change lists. All those things are going to get done in June when we get a little closer to the move. The Goodbye California spread has not been checked off yet, but I plan, by the time this video goes up, hopefully it already will have been done because I planned on working on it the weekend after I filmed this. And on top of that, I've already taken a ton of pictures. There's just one area I'd really like to get to that I haven't yet. So hopefully I'll have that checked off by the end of May. And finishing all batch content. I'm finishing as we speak, as I'm working on this, all of the content I wanted to batch to get through this month, but next month I'm gonna have to do some more, so that is gonna show up again on my power sheets in June. Weekly action items, hosting a giveaway. I didn't the first week because we were in Denver, but the second week I did, and I actually am about to go mail off the winner of that. And as you see this video, I believe I will be giving away a whole shit ton of washi tape, so I'll link wherever you're supposed to go. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm not prepared. I crossed off Patreon moving stuff. I didn't want to schedule it until I had a better idea of what our time off was going to be, and so that's going to come again in June. Refining my Notion system. I worked on that. I should actually mark that off. I didn't put it for the first, but we did use it the first week while we were house hunting, so I'm working on it. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I am working on it. Same with capturing California memories and weekly family meetings. Those are going well. The daily action items, Instagram stories, walking and water seem to be doing well. Pretty much sticking around with those as much as I can. I've been really dehydrated lately, so as much water as I drink, I just keep wanting to drink more. But the AM coffee stroll hasn't happened once. Not a fucking chance. So I'm gonna reassess that for June. Maybe just an AM walk, so it doesn't have to be first thing. I also filled out the month in review already, again, even though we're not done with the month yet, but I did want to talk about the people I'm grateful for and why. I have all 3 realtors, my realtor both here in Napa and in Denver, and then the realtor for the sellers at the house in Denver. All 3 of them work together really, really well to make these contracts happen, and I'm so grateful for it. Good things this month, got our dream house. We listened to lots of playlists as we drove around Denver. The goals that are growing well, it's our home goal. Favorite memories from this month, we got our dream house, and some of the houses that we looked at were pretty hilarious. There was one that we nicknamed the Sex Panther house. Cats shaking their head like, no. It was funny, come on.
I almost fell in the pool.
Cat almost fell in the pool. I'm choosing grace over guilt about having to reassess my goals and habits because they're obviously needing to change. And then I'm saying no to buying any more shit because we have to reduce our shit. And I'm saying yes to saying goodbye to lots of shit. It's a theme here, man. I am really excited for the progress we're making in May. The progress in May does not look like the progress I thought we would make in May, and I'm totally fine with that. Like, sometimes the things I wrote down arbitrarily in April are not the things that happened. And I tend to be very much somebody who is obsessed with how I planned things, and loosening up and kind of being able to fly by the seat of my pants is something I used to be really good at. And as I've gotten older, I have struggled more with it. And I'm trying to call upon that reserve of fly by the seat of your pantsness for the month of June. And on that note, let's jump right into the Powersheets setup. So I just need to really brain dump because I'm not even going to be utilizing so much of my prep work on this. I will use a little, but I'm going to be having to just really focus in on the things that are necessary this month. For my important to-dos this month, just off the top of my head, there's more than this, I'm sure. Talking to the school registrar at my kid's current high school to get the process going. I'm not sure if we can start the process of moving everything over until we actually move into the new house. I'm not sure yet. Got to figure that out. Figure out the mail situation. We're going to be living in a hotel for about 12 days. So where is our mail going to go? Get the garage sale planned and actually hold it. Get all of the docs, pack the house, the vet appointments, both for to take care of Loki's teeth and to get their sedative. Finalize all my July content and get all of our prescriptions filled in advance so that there isn't any problem when it comes to getting our address settled in. I'm excited for closing on both houses and planning for the new house. Honestly, the stress levels are high enough right now, and I know we're not going to be in our new house until July, so to be perfectly honest with you, most of my excitement is drowned out by stress. On my mind, closing on both houses, I'm excited, but I'm also terrified of getting to that point because there's always things that can go wrong. Getting our stuff below our maximum limit so that we're not dealing with it on moving day is really high priority. And figuring out what all we're going to ship, again, to stay below that limit. And I'm hopeful that everything is uneventful and we sell all the things. Pretty much a one-way focus. My mind is pretty much in one line right now. I'm not bothering with the calendar as per usual. So let's go to Brainstorm my month. I do want to go back and check all of my goals just to see what else is going to go there. So I'm going to do that to keep myself in mind, but I have a lot of things that are on my mind that mostly have to do with the house. If we go to goal number 1, incorporate moving content into all areas. I do need to finish hosting some giveaways. So that is something that still needs to happen. And I will probably put that on my weekly ideas again, if I can get through so it may not be every week, but it's something I want to have on a weekly situation. I guess I need to be a little bit more thoughtful about sharing moving stuff on Instagram. I've been on stories every day, but it's mostly been my cats on IG, updates. Because I'm doing okay with sprinkling in the content on YouTube. Developing systems and sustainability, taking 3 weeks off to move. Technically, this is going to be more like 4 weeks, although I will sprinkle in some live streams in there. I do need to get all of my stuff scheduled. I'm not planning on doing that in May. It's a little too far out, but I do need to get everything scheduled by the end of June. So scheduling July out is really important for me and getting all the content finished. So basically 2 big goals for this one is finish all content and schedule through July. So those are two big monthly situations. Infuse all aspects of my business with creativity. I'm pretty sure this goal is going to take a back seat in June because my shit's going to be elsewhere. Most of June is going to be like a lot of moving parts. And so I think the creativity goal will be coming back in July when I am trying to spend some of my spare time vlogging. So we're going to sort of set you to the side right now. Empower my kids to be helping my kids through the move to help them become adults. We need to arrange some socially distanced friend time, and we need to mail their stuff, like get their dad's stuff from dad's house mailed. So I think we might have their dad handle the socially distanced friend time because they're going to be with their dad for most of the summer. We are going to, our custody with them basically, let me look at my calendar. Our custody with them basically is up on the 20th, and then we start moving. So we only have 1 week with them in June, a little bit more, maybe a week, 2 weeks with them in June, but only about 4 days are after school is out. So they're going to be, their summer break is going to be almost entirely with dad. And so I think that's going to need to happen with them. So I'm just going to kind of scribble that out and let them work on that with their dad. But we do want to eat at a restaurant, one of our favorite restaurants in the month of June. So I'll put that on weekly items. And then also the other big thing, which isn't on here, is to get their stuff from dad's house shipped to Denver to one of our friends who's there so that we stay beneath our stuff level. And the eating at Napa favorite restaurants also for Jesse and I, because there will be weeks they're not with us. We want to make sure the ones that are our top, like our favorite sushi place, is when they're with us. All right. And then establish a new home. This is the big one. Move to Denver. So this is my quarterly goals. We will not be moving to Denver during our quarterly goals. So I haven't decided yet if I want to do the quarterly refresh in July and just extend some of this or maybe rewrite it. But we're basically going to be leaving Napa right at the beginning of July. So it's basically this. So packing the old house. The house hunting trip is done. We did that. Pack the house. That's what we need to finish. Donate what doesn't sell. So the garage sale is here. That was originally it was going to be on our list. And I was like, we don't need it. Except now we do. These things, the road trip with the cats and the move into new house, not this month. So I put 3 things on my monthly ideas. Pack the Napa house, the garage moving sale, and then donate everything else, because if it doesn't sell, we still have to get rid of it. Protecting my physical health with habits and practices. Walking is something I still need to work on. Fruits and vegetables every day is something I have been doing pretty well with. The AM coffee stroll, we already talked about how that wasn't a thing that happened. I would like to do 2 walking situations in my Powersheets, AM walk and PM walk. And we're going to look at that. Maybe it's coffee, maybe it's not. And then I just added the water intake back there as well, because just because I'm doing better at it doesn't mean I'm doing great at it. I've had more soda lately than I was hoping for. Okay. And then for my mental health goal, cultivating patience during this process. My God. So like I said, the sitting outside thing, nope, that wasn't working. Moving progress, weekly meeting, all of this shit is like not something that really is on my mind. I think for 2 things that really aren't on this list, but I want to help with my patience, are to wake up at between 6 and 6:30 every day. So I'm still up a little bit before everyone else. I've kind of fallen off of that habit recently, but I've been exhausted, so I'm okay with that. But it does help me in the mornings. And then to read every day, because if there's one thing I have really not been doing this last month is reading. My reading, it's a good thing I got so caught up on my reading challenge at the beginning of the year, because I basically have made no progress. And actually, I'm going to add another one for my healthy habits, and that is eat out less than or equal to 2 times weekly. Eat dinner. Let's be reasonable here. We've been eating out a lot more lately too, and I would like to cook as much as possible or have someone else cook or eat leftovers. My adulting goal, which is the smooth move. So this is, again, there's going to be things moving from May here, which are all medical and vet records moved over, all school documents moved over, and then get the mail situation figure out, get the list of addresses together. So all of those things, I'm just gonna sort of go over them in my head and get them written out here where they belong. So I have collect all medical and school records, address change list, and mail forwarding. So it's mostly a lot of big monthly items this month. The weekly is the one that's kind of the lowest, but we are good. I've got 9 here and there's 10 items here. 3 weekly items, totally doable. So the water intake has not been one of my healthy habits in my bullet journal yet for my year of healthy habits. So this will go to the Bujo, and the rest of them will go on my daily action item steps. So I am going to get my tending list set up now. The quote that I am putting in my tending list is an actual quote this time around. It is from Grace Hopper. A ship in port is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. I just wanted something that was going to remind me that, this is stressful and it's a lot of transition, and I'm really starting to just completely fall apart. Transition is actually one of the parts of life that is the most fulfilling if you think back on it. And my priority this month very much is get below 6,000 pounds, which is our weight limit for moving. I am all done and decorated up. I decided to use a little bit of the floral fruity washi strips from the sticker book on the top, and then I picked out some of the fruity stickers to add to it just for the fun and to add some color. For my priority, where I added my priority sticker, I put it on the garage and moving sale because even though packing the house is the top priority, we will have a couple of days to finish packing in July, but we need to get rid of our shit. So that's a big one. And then for the little leafy situation, which represents the item that if I get it done, it'll do the most for me in the long run, it's scheduling the July content out so that I am not stressed out when we are moving. It's going to be a really intense month, and I don't know how much of this is mostly goals and how much of this is mostly tasks. I'm not really sure. Doesn't really matter. This is what needs to get done, among other things. So I'm just going to have to buckle down and deal with it. And you guys are going to begin to hear about it all month. I'm going to keep doing live plan with me's and so on and so forth. So be prepared for me to be stressed out because I'm stressed and it's not even June yet. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, something that's going on in June that is exciting for you. Obviously, I've got some things myself, but let me know something that's going on. It might be exciting, might be big, it might be small, but it's a big deal to you. Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, friends, peace out.